And I recorded some tracks and showed them to my wife and my best friend. And my wife was like, I don't know, Ragnar, this isn't very good. So I thought, okay, well. And then I spoke to my best friend, and he is like, the songs are good, but wouldn't it be cool if you could do a really heavy album without using guitar? And I was like, yeah, I'm a guitar player. I'm not expecting anything because I have no idea what's it gonna be like. But yeah, you're right. It's gonna be completely different from the last time I was here. As now, it's not a part of the festival, but outside, and being on a stage with a band is completely and utterly different than being alone with an acoustic guitar. It's very naked. I am, and I've been playing, every now and then for the, last 10 years. Done some, acoustic shows, so I can manage the pressure. Yeah, and I just came now from a 2-week tour with Rob Marcello, as you said, with Geva guitars. And we were just jamming and playing some of our favorite metal songs in acoustic versions, and had a blast doing it. I'll do something similar tonight, I think. Oh, dark allure, there's something. After my time in Pain of Salvation, I wanted to do a really heavy solo album, and I recorded some tracks and showed them to my wife and my best friend. And my wife was like, I don't know, Ragnar, this isn't very good. So I thought, okay, well. And then I spoke to my best friend, and he is like, the songs are good, but wouldn't it be cool if you could do a really heavy album without using guitar? And I was like, yeah, but I'm a guitar player. But yeah, that's what I ended up trying to do, actually. So I think maybe on 3 songs there are some guitars, like in the last chorus or whatever, but it's mainly more orchestral percussion and brass stuff. And it's heavy music. It's not metal. It's very dark, and it has some influences from Icelandic traditional folk music. So it was like really going back to the roots, and the whole scenario of the album is like my journey growing up on an isolated island that's called Iceland, and then sailing away from there, sort of like the Vikings did when they sailed from Norway to get to Iceland. But I did the opposite. It's a Viking journey. There are not concrete plans, but there have been talks. And I really want to do it, but we had one show in Iceland with an 8-piece band, but then I have done a couple of shows as a trio, just with a drummer and a bass player. And we use a lot of the sound effects on backing tracks and stuff. So that's a lot easier than having 8 people. But yeah. We want to do it. Well, Celestia is, that's where I decided I wanted to use the guitars back. So it has some really heavy guitar things. And it's actually a journey inspired by a deep meditation that I once had, where I saw that started with going through the darkness and saw this like really sparkling, beautiful thing that I believe to be my soul. And so that song is, a reflection of that meditation. And it was actually my wife, she said to me, you're always like making different music, and each song you go in a different direction. Why don't you just make one really, really long one? I was like, nice idea. So I sat down and started doing this thing, and within like, I don't know, 1 or 2 evenings I had written the 22 minutes of music. Yeah, and it mixes, it's sort of, I didn't have no limits, no preconception of what it was gonna be like. I just wrote whatever came to mind, and I just thought, wow, this could be my favorite thing that I've ever done. And also the first time that I did not think about anything except for the music. I think I would really want to explore this a little bit more. Explore the similar style that Celestia is. But it sort of depends on how many songs I will get recorded before I decide to release the album, if it's going to be included or not. The more good music I can put out, the better, I think. It's sort of always happening with me. Like when I finished the album Sonr Ravns, my wife said, she is like sort of like my manager, by the way, my wife. She said, okay, now you're done with this, no more studio for you. Now you go and get this album out there. I was like, yeah, okay. But then just because she said it, then made me want to go to the studio even more. So I did. So, there's a lot of material that can be gathered for our next studio album, and I've already started recording something with the trio that I've been playing with. So I think I will hopefully release a new album before next summer.